Hello everyone, this is Anshu and Rohan. We are here starting our video series. It's called 0-Day Fun Day. It's a collaboration between a product company, CloudDefense.AI,
and service company Beround USA. And in this series, we are trying to put a silly spin on a dangerous zero-day exploit, which is cybersecurity problems that we are hearing about almost on the everyday basis, right? No matter which media you are using, but every day we talk about, hey, this big company got compromised with millions of records, this malware attack happens. So in this series, we're gonna dive deep into that, why these are happening, how we can educate our consumer, how we can educate our audience in preventing these and learning more about cybersecurity awareness.
So thank you, Anshu. Why don't you tell us the story? How did CloudDefense.AI happen?
Yeah, so little background about me. I used to work at Amazon, Microsoft, VMware in various roles, mainly in cybersecurity roles. So I had some traces of cybersecurity. And when I was building my previous company, HireCar, so we realized as we were bootstrapping, as we were growing, people started to do the fraud for money market, for the money, right? They were stealing credit cards and putting on our platform and doing the transaction. So we had to put some procedures and process in the tool chain set to prevent this. Not only that, my previous company went IPO. So when we were getting ready for public offering, we started to experience ransomware attack, malware attacks. We were kind of, trying to put together how can we prevent it. And during this journey, I came to realize that, there is hundreds of tools in market and none of them is providing the value that we wanted. We tried with different tools and we learned that, they are presenting hundreds of alerts every day. There is no realistic way in real world that we can resolve all of those. We have to stop our business and just fix all of those cybersecurity issues. So that, gave us the thought process or the idea that, hey, this is kind of overcrowded market and all of these billion-dollar companies are not able to provide a better solution which the companies or software engineer teams or security teams can utilize and can resolve the cybersecurity challenges they are facing. So that's been my journey, and that is what the idea came from. And since then we have built this whole cybersecurity business in the way where there is no prior knowledge required. It's so easy to use that you don't even need to install anything. It just works with few clicks and you are able to resolve how you can resolve the cybersecurity and protect your business. So that's been my journey. Rohan, why you came up into this industry? What's your experience? Why from service industry you want to go into the cybersecurity world?
Yeah, so I've been in the services business for the past 20 odd years, right? Across locations, across countries and cultures. And security, we have noticed that it's always like a afterthought, right? I mean, when a breach happens, that's when people realize that, hey, this is there. You got to work on it, okay, right? And it's very cryptic as well. So by that, what I mean is the lingo, it gets overly technical. So there is a need in the industry to kind of realize that, hey, you have to shift left. Right? You have to incorporate the best practices early on. Second, people need to be educated, right? People need to ensure that they're not confused by the lingo and by the technicalities. And it has to be demystified to a certain extent. So that's where I think since the industry has changed, right? With the advent of things like AI, the bad actors are also doing a lot more. They have the same set of tools available as anyone else. So it's a cat and mouse game. So you got to keep up, right? I think that's where it is. So it intrigued me, and it is one area which I always wanted to kind of demystify, and that's where we launched this 0-Day Fun Day. And I think as we proceed in this series, it's going to be a lot more educational, and will hopefully demystify security for everyone. and we'll explain how we can take some simple steps, and how a partnership between a product company and a services player can add value, a lot of value, to mid-market enterprise customers, to startups in their growth cycle.
Yeah. Cool.
And I think what Anshu you mentioned, I want to harp upon that as well. There's also a problem of choice, right? It's everywhere, right? Whether you want to buy something from the supermarket or you are into security, right? There's a problem of choice. So there are, in terms of, say, the security example, you always have like tons of alerts which show up. So false positives are becoming a big deal, right? I mean, it takes some serious time and effort of your team. So if you want to maybe peel the onion a little bit more, Anshu, and talk a little bit about how we can kind of work on that together.
Yeah, definitely. Very good point, Rohan. So I want to ask you a question. Every time, hopefully you shop at Amazon, right?
Yeah.
So why Amazon is popular? Because they analyze your purchasing behavior, your location, what kind of product are famous around your area. So there's a big piece for Amazon recommendation. The reason why I know, because I used to work for Amazon recommendation. There's a big piece that Amazon provides you based on your shopping history, which other product you may like, right? Having that philosophy in mind, right? So as we know, cybersecurity tools, they generate so much of false positive. So for cybersecurity, prioritization and false positive, these are industry's two leading problems, right? So my idea was that by using Amazon's philosophy based on your environment will be different than my environment, right? If there is any way I can, based on your environment, I can help in prioritization of security alerts, security threats that you are having, which are personalized to your environment, that will be a big win. By using those kind of techniques, we can reduce the number of alerts which our industry is facing to one concrete level, right? Giving an example, if I throw 100 problems at you at once, you won't be able to resolve it, right? Because you require indefinite time, indefinite money, indefinite motivation to resolve those. However, if I tell you that, hey, Rohan, today you just need to resolve these two problems, here is the reason why, right? You will be motivated, right? Because those are actionable. So relating back to your problem of choice, right? If we reduce that to concrete level, I think then we can prevent so many of breaches, so many of data hacks which are happening every day. That is what we're gonna see into this series, and we're gonna educate our users.
Well said, Anshu. So looking forward to this initiative. I think it's going to be a fun journey. We'll keep each other honest and ensure that we are able to publish these videos at least once a month, and hopefully you all will see value out of these. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and it's been a pleasure to be here.